What is up guys, Face here. So I've been wanting to make this video before the first title update comes out, which I wanted to share my thoughts on the expansion of Monster Hunter Rise, which is Sunbreak. For this I'm going to compare it a little bit with World Iceborne, like what they did better in Sunbreak and what features from World Iceborne they could have kept in Rise Sunbreak. So let's just jump right into it. Overall, Sunbreak has got to be one of my favorite expansion in my personal opinion. We've got a lot of stuff going on, such as the quality monster roster, the followers, the returning jungle map, the new citadel, and so on. Even the story is the best for me. I can't say about Monster Hunter 4 because I haven't played it yet. So I'm gonna cover this one by one. So first things first, the story. The story is way better than base Rise. Obviously, as I mentioned before, I never play Monster Hunter 4, but I do know a little bit of their plot, where frenzy is a thing and whatnot. Why I'm saying this? Because Sunbreak's story plot is similar to Monster Hunter 4. Sunbreak has some kind of parasite called Kuiro, or Kurio, and Mozino controls it, while Monster Hunter 4 has a virus called Frenzy and Gormagala controls it, which is very interesting. If I wanted to be more critical, it's actually the story is actually better than World Iceborne story. The characters are better, and World Iceborne tried hard to make us hunters, the player, to feel like we are part of the story or the guild, but for me I couldn't feel it in World Iceborne. While in Sunbreak, it actually makes me feel that I am actually part of the guild or the research because of the AI followers. That is all for the story. Moving on to the roster. It lacks on newer monster, and the roster on launch is not as big as other people was hoping for, but for me personally, Sunbreak roster is my number one on my list. Why? It is due to the fact that Capcom added so many great returning monsters like Gormagala, Astalos, Shigaromigala, Sunregios, and more. Even the new monsters have such a great fight like Garangolm, Lunagaran, and Malzeno. They're all great. Now for the base Rise monsters in Master Rank quests, majority of them hits really hard. Even Gosarek has one of the most engaging fight I had when I'm soloing him, and I love it. I am very happy what we have in Sunbreak on launch already, and I'm looking forward for the title update monsters in the future. I don't want to say much about the fighter boss, but all I can say is for me personally, it's way better than Zero Jiva and Shara Ishvalda. Moving on to the gameplay. Majority switch skills are great, but some of them I ended up not being used. But this is depend on the player's perspective, as it gives us hunters the freedom of choice to choose which playstyle we wanted to go for. Next up is difficulty. Is Sunbreak's hard? For me personally, it's not too hard, not too easy either. It's just about right. Even I see a lot of people saying that it is harder than Iceborne. I would say the same too, but you be the judge. The pre-Elytrion Iceborne. Once you reach the end game, I won't say much about it, but it's really hard for me. If you reach the end game, you know what I'm talking about. Fuck you, Azuros. Now, what I do not like in Sunbreak is the multiplayer feature. As far as I know, they use the old system of multiplayer where it's random instead of using the better World Iceborne system. I wish Capcom used World Iceborne multiplayer system in Sunbreak, but I guess it's not possible. But hey, I hope the next generation Monster Hunter will use the same multiplayer system like in World Iceborne and even better, improve it. What I want to see in upcoming Sunbreak updates is the monster that I never fought before. Maybe Tetsukabra, Zemtrios, Gammoth, and more. I actually want more giant monsters, and since Frontier developers are involved in the development of Sunbreak, maybe they can make Laviente happen. Please? Any giant monsters, I'm happy with it. Even Yamasukami or Shingaran, enough to make me happy. And since Admiral's ship is a thing, War Siege with new monsters maybe? Also Elden Ring collab maybe? I don't know, I'm happy with almost anything at this point. So is Sunbreak worth it? Should you buy it? If you love Monster Hunter, then yes, but if you expected more Iceborne experience, then no. That is all for me. If you enjoyed it, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on Sunbreak and what you'd like to see for its title updates. And I will see you in the next video. Happy hunting!